WrestleMania. Monetize this. Episode 500. April 12th, 2025. Witness history as the 500th episode destroys you. One week before WrestleMania. Monetize this. Episode 500. April 12th, 2025. Witness history as the 500th episode destroys you.
right now we're trying to speak. Come in. Excuse me.
Honey, this is a A-B conversation, so why don't you see your little skank ass out of here? Bye-bye. Catch you around. I'm so sorry you had to see that, Montel. But I gotta be honest with you, I'm a little bit perturbed, okay? Can I ask you a question? Plain and simple.
Sure, go ahead.
Do I look like a female dog to you, Montel?
No, Max, what's your point?
My point is, then why do I keep getting treated like some punk bitch, okay? Do these guys not know who the hell I am, Montel? I'm MJF, okay?
That's the problem. They know exactly who you are.
Oh, yeah.
Your reputation.
They know exactly who you are.
This is business.
One man.
Businessmen. In the world
They
of
know
business,
who you
get your
are.
consumer, you find out what they want, and you give it to them.
What's up, everybody? On a Wednesday night, watching AEW. It's really revolved around mostly this story with MJF and the Hurt Syndicate. I appreciate Don Callis being out there too, because what a sex beast Don Callis is. Let's be honest. You know, what a delicious man he is. He really gets the juices flowing. The Ricochet stuff earlier was kind of funny, but again, the show is a bit lackluster in my opinion, and the AEW has really killed a lot of their hope. I mean, they do have they got the Hangman Page thing going on with Swerve that's there, but again, it's hard to get by it's hard to get into Swerve, anymore. And so I don't really care much about the Hangman thing either. So it's kind of dead, So that's not really good news for AEW. This has not been great, in my opinion, tonight. This has been pretty bad for me. Maybe some people, I could see people liking the show or thinking that it was all right, little show. But, I can't really, get on board with loving this at all. But it's Moxley is still champion. He's a boring champion. He's a dead champion. Moxley being a dead champion, and then on top of that, we haven't seen the championship, so it doesn't even feel like anybody's champion. It doesn't feel like Moxley's champion. It doesn't feel like anybody's champion, so nothing matters really, kind of. And then Moxley keeps winning in these weird ways. So there's just all these bad vibes overall going around, And it's not. I don't think it's good. I don't think that it's been good for them at all. I think there's multiple reasons why it's bad. Then on top of that, you got Swerve being cute and calling out Booker T when a show is over. As I mentioned, that's the stupidest thing. Can't wrestle Booker T. Who cares? He's goes on about being the first black everything and blackety black. Nobody cares. The black listeners don't care. The black wrestlers and fans, for the most part, it's just obsessing over race for no reason, because he has nothing else. He doesn't have a character. That's all he's got to go on. So that is not good. It's not good at all. It's really bad right now for AEW as far as I'm concerned. You got MJF involved in the Hurt Syndicate thing, and they're like a mid-card, mid-tier group, which is good, but him getting involved with them it's all right, but kind of weird. Jericho's running around backstage with a baseball bat right now, and he can't even knock over some crates he just tried to knock over. He's getting in a truck right now with Sting's baseball bat, basically. Doesn't he have the Barbie or whatever, And they're driving away in an unmarked vehicle. That might be illegal. Not sure. Someone check. Not 100%. Here comes Moxley now, the soulless John Moxley. What happened to AEW that made it so bad? I mean, I kind of just told you. Their world champion carries around the belt in a briefcase, so you cannot see the championship belt. So the belt is essentially worthless. At this point, feels completely worthless. I know I don't care for it. I don't care about it because I can't see it. I don't know what's going on. So there's that. Then you got, Adam Hangman Page is good, bad, face, whatever. He's all right, but I know that he likes butterflies in real life, so it's hard to really take him seriously. He's all right, but then you got Swerve Strickland, who just won't stop saying that, it's unbelievable that he's black, and that, that's all he says in his promos now. It's always about that. That's all it's about, ever. It's weird. I understand, bro. Lots of it's just enraging because lots of black wrestlers came before him and really paved the way for stuff and really had to go out there in front of audiences that were massively white, massively white audiences, and had to perform, maybe called certain things from the crowd. You can imagine what the crowds would say in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And, a lot of those guys, for them, when they won or when they lost or, when Ron Simmons won, all these other people. And the guy acts like he's the one that broke the barrier. And it's like, this is not what you should be doing to represent yourself. Stop doing that. So it's just not... It's not good. And then there's no belt. We can't find the belt. Where's the belt? So there's no one wearing the belt to remind you this title is what you want. I have it. I'm rich and this belt is amazing. And, doesn't someone want to win it? We haven't seen the belt in forever. And unfortunately, it may sound like it's an interesting story, kind of like, hey, what if he kept the belt in this briefcase? And, finally, though, when somebody beats him and wins and everything, then, he'll take the belt will come out and somebody finally will see the belt again or whatever. And it sounds good kind of in a way, but then it's like, I would say yeah, but then no one's going to see the belt. So it's like something that got approved on paper and people were like, yeah, that's a great idea. And then they realized it wasn't later on. But it's too late now, man. It's too late now. Jericho does not know how to swing a baseball bat. Yeah, or he does. That's the problem is I think he does know how to swing it so that, nobody gets really hurt or things don't go flying into people's eyes or his own eyes or something. So he swung the bat like retarded, like how a girl would swing a bat. I know people are like, oh, girls can swing bats. Yeah, but a lot of them can't. And a lot of them swing a bat like Jericho just did. And so I'm going to say Jericho swings the bat like a girl. That was weird. I got to tell you. Very strange. Very strange way of swinging the bat. Monetize this 500, baby. It's on its way. It's happening soon. Remember, this Saturday on the Joe Cronin Show channel, we're back over there. And it's monetized this 500. Unbelievable.
1 week before WrestleMania, monetize this episode 500, April 12th, 2025. Witness history as the 500th episode destroys you. It will destroy you this Saturday night. This Saturday night, it will destroy you. Monetize this 500. Over 13 years. 500 on the Joe Cronin Show. Monetize this 500. It will consume you. It will thrill you. It will destroy you. destroys you.
Oh, yeah. BlackRock came after JCS. Those sons of bitches. Well, you see, I can't even say what I can't even tell you guys. I guess I could tell you in code, right? So basically, our president now, some people tried to pew him, right? And those people who tried to pew him, there were two different individuals who tried to pew our president, as you know, and both of them were in a pair of commercials, and that's kind of bizarre. And one of them tried to steal a big pew from the Ukrainians. So, that's about all I can say. But if I told you all the truth, they would say it was misinformation. Just like they said that stuff we all said about COVID was misinformation. Hell, I received a strike in 2022 or 2021 or 2022 for just talking about COVID and how getting sick. And I said, well, the jab doesn't really protect you. Like, you will still get sick. Like, it doesn't. And then that was called misinformation. And now they say that's true. And Joe Biden lied about that. And everybody knows that. And but that's okay. And now they also lifted a lot of those rules. And now you can say that. Now you can say that it didn't, that it didn't mean you wouldn't get sick. Just getting the jab didn't mean you wouldn't get sick. But you couldn't say that for about a year and a half. But now you can. But you couldn't then. So I had one shot. I was supposed to go back for the second one. There's like you get one and then you get a second one. I don't know. I got one and didn't go back for the second one. I was like, I felt bad. I didn't feel right about doing that. I was like, I don't want to do that again. I was like, I you know what? I'm not doing it. I can't even believe I was pressured into getting one, but I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. So I said, no, I'm good. And then right after I got it, I got my gallbladder issue. So I wonder if it, you know what I mean, blew up my gallbladder or whatever. I don't know, maybe. But my wife had 3, so good luck to her. I had 1. She had 3. Her sister probably got 7. I mean, I don't know. No, there wasn't a second shooter. There was a second shooting. GSTS. There was a shooting that you saw on TV, and then there was a second shooting at the golf course, remember? Remember the guy at the golf course shot him through the bushes, but he didn't get anything? So there was 2 shootings. There was 2 attempted murders. And both of the guys appear in a certain company's commercials. Oh boy, look at he's reaching for the tag.
Instead, looks like he's got a butterfly hook.
Got it locked up
Oh.
with a knee strike. It's just tough. The ring is cut in half.
Boom.
So difficult for Hook to get to Joe in this ring.
Oh my God.
Beautiful T-bone there.
Wow. Just a throwaway slam by Hook on Cesaro. That was crazy. That was crazy, man. What a throwaway. That was wild. I mean, yeah, Dynamite has not been very exciting. You know what's been the most exciting thing so far, I think, is Samoa Joe and the like 9 cup-shaped circles on his back right now that I'm seeing. Like, that's, look it up, Big G. Look it up, Big G. I'm not going to say. Yeah, the second shooter didn't get a shot off. Yeah, you're right. But he tried to kill the president, so that's 2. 2 attempted. 1 shooter who attempted it. 1 who actually did it. And by the way, both had ties to Ukraine.
and ties to cock rock. They both had ties to a company in Ukraine and magically didn't have social media accounts in the year 2025. That's right, seclusive men who did nothing but stay indoors, except when they traveled to Ukraine. Didn't have social media, but they did have guns, and they did try to kill President Trump, and they did appear in videos for big companies. Weirdly, weird.
Yeah, oh my God, Alfredo. I totally forgot about that because I learned about the collapse of the roof in kind of like the middle of the night, and I didn't really... I forgot to go back to... or it wasn't the middle of the night, but it was like... it was a little while ago, actually. But I was in the middle of a million things, and I totally forgot to go back to the news articles. And... that's fucking crazy, bro. There's been a lot of, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but there's been a lot of structural collapses recently. And I'm assuming that, part of that is because like buildings are getting very old and we're ignoring some of the faults in them and we're not tearing them all down. They're staying up for a while. We've seen this so many times. A movie theater collapsed recently. There's been other stuff, malls, places, other theaters, bands playing in amphitheaters or not amphitheaters, but small little, venues that hold like, 1,500, 3,000 people. Same sort of thing. It's been going on and it's been happening. It's been happening. And it seems to keep happening more. It's just infrastructure, I think, breaking down. A lot of buildings built at the same times, hundreds of years ago, 50 years ago, and there's a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah, the earthquake happened. A lot of buildings fell in during that. Obviously, things were falling everywhere. That's just expected earthquake. Yeah. Samoa Joe's talking. Samoa Joe's talking, baby.
And it seems like the Death Riders are acting more like a bunch of right now.
Oh, a bunch of dick riders. The Death Riders. Dick riders. Fix the beef. Oh, yeah, fix your beef.
Real simple. The Ops versus the Death Riders. And we're coming for the Trios Championship.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think my wife has bronchitis or bronchiolitis or something. So I got to get her to the doctor tomorrow. Leah caught it, guys. Remember I was sick? Leah caught it. My wife caught it, bro. Good thing I'm not sick for Monetize This. That'd be shitty. We got to get her pulled up.
Women's tournament action. Billy Starks plus Athena and Harley Cameron. The winner will
face Mercedes Moné. 1 week from tonight, Dynamite Spring Breakthrough in Boston. Thank you for joining us tonight on Dynamite. We will see you Saturday night for Collision.
Well, there it is.
Hey, found you. Oh, I do have an open seat in first class if one of you would like a free upgrade.
No, thank you. I think we'll set together.
That's how it ends. Ended that way. You called them the Dick Riders, and there it is. Unbelievable.
The spontaneous human pyramids constantly updating their Tumblr.
That's it.
I smiled through the whole thing. Problem is, I was so convincing. Phil thought I was.
Well, that was a lackluster AEW Dynamite tonight. I mean, Ricochet looking like he took a finger in his ass. Is just about. That's about it. That's about all it was. You know? Crazy. Crazy that COVID was half a decade ago. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. That's wild. It's amazing that it was 5 years ago that we had COVID. That's so weird. It's crazy that it kind of ruined a lot of shit, man. It really ruined a lot of shit. It's crazy to think about how much it fucked up and ruined things. Like, if COVID never happened, we were kicking ass. Everything was doing really well for the most part. And hell, I might not even have my show might have kept rolling pretty good. You know what I mean? It would have been like, woo, like we were rolling, we were kicking some ass. Everything around the whole world started really getting shitty towards, because it didn't affect everything like right away. It was like, like, I don't know, towards the end of the year or whatever. And it got really bad at that point. So, let's see here. AEW dies slowly. It is slowly dying. It's a mix of, like I said, we don't see the belt. We still don't see the championship, right? We don't see the championship belts hidden in a briefcase. We don't even know what the belt looks like anymore. So that blows. It's just fucking stupid, dude. There's so many bad things. Like, you got everything is just subpar, and then Swerve. Swerve is going to win the belt. If he really does win the belt now, it's like, well, now I don't like him. I don't like Swerve because all he ever talks about is this fucking shit about it, what he looks like. It's ridiculous. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, I mean, if there's somebody that loved AEW tonight, I mean, let me know, man. Like, cause it wasn't like the worst thing ever. It just wasn't, it wasn't like crazy. Like, it just didn't wow me at all. I just felt like, all right, I'm trying to send my wife something, but fucking, let's see. There it is. Okay. No. There we go. It says you can get treated for acute bronchitis right now. This is 24 hours a day. Like, it says you can literally get treated for it. Call a doc or something. Like, there's like a website. Like, no appointments, start instantly, fast prescriptions, 15 minutes, effortless text consultations. Okay. That looks shady as fuck, she just wrote. I don't know. It's a telehealth. I'm trying to tell my wife to get, like, so she can get because she's like, I having trouble breathing, and like everything is fucked, and she's has an infection, I think. And I'm like, I don't know. There's a ton of websites that say, like, you know, that they do it. CVS Virtual Care, don't they do it? I don't know. I don't think I have any. I don't have any insurance. I mean, I might. Visit with the doctor now. Get a diagnosis. Yeah. Oh, they're all say 8 a.m. though. They don't do like midnight stuff. Oh God, yeah. I thought they were 24 hours. Oh, yeah. Viewing appointments for tomorrow. No, we need one now, brother. It's fucking nighttime. Let's see. No, bro, we need one Wednesday. Like, it's Wednesday night. Oh, yeah, you got to wait till tomorrow. Yeah, we can go to the doctors tomorrow. Trying to find her, like, there's got to be some telehealth fucking things. You know? Boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, baby. What the fuck is this? Yeah, I think so. Tastes like cum. What is my wife texting me? Do it, I'm live. Play the God storyline with Punk, Seth Roman getting weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Will you bring back the rant line? Maybe. Maybe I will. I don't think it's I don't think it's been great. I don't think it's like the worst thing ever. Like I said, some people are like, and I know I wrote, it's dying in the my title is it's dying or whatever. But that's why I said slow death. You know what I mean? Slow death. Yeah, monetize this Saturday, 500 episodes of monetize this. So it will be a wild time, I suppose. Boom. Oops. Um, 410. Do 640. Save the donos. Dork Knight can't win. Joe has points in the bank. Yeah, I have 300. I'd have 300 points. Yeah. Let's see. I think it's like 366. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what it is. I think. Any news on Dork? You're right. Tomorrow is Dork's hearing and court date, so we don't know. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Let me just check the donations really quickly, and then I'll check the Discord. Just want to see what's going on with people. I'm a little distracted by a million things. Yeah, Pat McAfee's show tonight had more people than like most other things. It was kind of crazy tonight, to be honest. Dork Knight is not in jail yet. He will know that tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, we'll know tomorrow. So I don't know what time tomorrow his court hearing is, but I'm assuming it's in the midday, but I don't know 100%. So I guess we'll see. But we'll find out. Joe Tyreek Hill got in trouble again. Oh my God, again? Man, I've fought with so many people about that guy because I was giving him a hard time, and so many people were like, "Come on, man, you're crazy," or whatever. And I'm like, well, he just keeps getting in trouble, man. Crazy. Let's see. Ba 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 ba. Ba-ba-bum. I don't know what this is. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Yes. He's a domestic abuser. You never heard Tyreek scrapping with dudes, just women and children. Well, no, I mean, well, he kind of did with the police, although the police kind of helped push that along a little bit. So, that did happen. Body. Ba 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 ba. Damn it! What did I click on? Trying to pull up the file really quickly to see what I see. I know I'm being a little quiet because I'm doing literally like 3 things at once right now. Ba, 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 ba. Oh. I found it. Let's see. Let's see. If not Triple H, I don't. Blah 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 blah. What are we saying in the chat? Guys, in the chat, out of 10, let me ask you this before I do this. Let me ask you before I do this. Really quickly. That out of 10, what would you give AEW tonight if you watched it? You know, what would you give it out of 10? If you did watch. I know that some people didn't watch it, but if you watched, you know, what would you give it out of 10? Yeah, I think PayPal's working for me. I don't know. Someone was telling me that there's a problem with PayPal. It looks good to me. Sometimes you got to refresh it a bunch, but I don't know. But I don't see any donos in there, so anybody, I know someone else said they donated. Willie, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? Joe Pachaka. Yeah, somebody, I'm going to show you something somebody said about Cena and Cody Rhodes in a minute. It's so ridiculous. Would you, no, but I mean, I can, would you? No. Ba, 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 ba. Oh yeah, here it is. I gotta show it to you. I gotta find it. I gotta turn off the screen. Okay. Oh yeah, it was this thing that somebody posted about Cena and Cody. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. The guy's like, the facts are Cody Rhodes fans can't accept it. In ring 2 out of 10. John Cena in ring 10 out of 10. Like, you're a fucking idiot, bro. You're an idiot. So like this whole thing is retarded. Like absolutely retarded. Let me see. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. That's crazy. I just can't believe what they said. You know what I mean? Ugh. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I got a couple other things I want to show you guys. I know I'm doing a couple of little maintenance things really quickly on my computer while I'm trying to fix everything. But I do have something for you in a second. Just give me 1 second. I'm almost done with this distracting crap. But everybody in the chat, write out of 10 what you think. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, really quick. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to fix this, and then I can finish my show how I want. I have a bunch of stuff I want to show you guys, but I've been like distracted. So let me just fix this real quick, and then I can concentrate on getting this done in the next 2 seconds, so we can get back to this. Yo, Getty Lee, what's up, man? What's up, everybody in the crackers? Get weird. I'll be right back.
Excuse me.
This has not been great, in my opinion, tonight. It's hard to get into Swerve, anymore. And so I don't really care much about the Hangman thing either. So it's kind of all kind of dead, So that's not really good news for AEW. This has not been great, in my opinion, tonight. This has been pretty bad. For me, maybe some people, I could see people liking the show or thinking that it was like, all right, little show. But, I can't really, get on board with loving this at all. But, it's Moxley is still champion. He's a boring champion. He's a dead champion. Moxley being a dead champion, and then on top of that, we haven't seen the championship, so it doesn't even feel like anybody's champion. It doesn't feel like Moxley's champion. It doesn't feel like anybody's champion, so nothing matters really, kind of, and then Moxley keeps winning in these weird ways. So there's just all these bad vibes overall going around, And it's not, I don't think it's good. I don't think that it's been good for them at all. I think there's multiple reasons why it's bad. Then on top of that, you got Swerve being cute and calling out Booker T when a show is over, as I mentioned. That's the stupidest thing. Can't wrestle Booker T. Who cares? He's goes on about being the first black everything and blackety black. Nobody cares. The black listeners don't care. The black wrestlers and fans, for the most part, it's just obsessing over race for no reason. Because he has nothing else. He doesn't have a character. That's all he's got to go on. So that is not good. It's not good at all. It's really bad right now for AEW as far as I'm concerned. You got MJF involved in the Hurt Syndicate thing, and they're like a mid-card, mid-tier group, which is good, but him getting involved with them it's all right, but kind of weird. Jericho's running around backstage with a baseball bat right now, and he can't even knock over some crates he just tried to knock over. He's getting in a truck right now with Sting's baseball bat, basically. Doesn't he have the Barbie or whatever, And they're driving away in an unmarked vehicle. That might be illegal. Not sure. Someone check. Not 100%. Here comes Moxley now, the soulless John Moxley. What happened to AEW that made it so bad? I mean, I kind of just told you. Their world champion carries around the belt in a briefcase, so you cannot see the championship belt. So the belt is essentially worthless. at this point feels completely worthless. I know I don't care for it. I don't care about it because I can't see it. I don't know what's going on. So there's that. Then you got, Adam Hangman Page is good, bad, face, whatever. He's all right, but I know that he likes butterflies in real life, so it's hard to really take him seriously. He's all right, but then you got Swerve Strickland, who just won't stop saying that, it's unbelievable that he's black and that, that's all he says in his promos now. It's always about that. That's all it's about, ever. It's weird. I understand, bro. Lots of, it's just enraging because lots of black wrestlers came before him and really paved the way for stuff and really had to go out there in front of audiences that were massively white, massively white audiences, and had to perform, maybe called certain things from the crowd. You can imagine what the crowds would say in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. A lot of those guys, for them, when they won or when they lost, or, when Ron Simmons won, all these other people, and the guy acts like he's the one that broke the barrier. And it's like, this is not what you should be doing to represent yourself. Stop doing that. So it's just not, it's not good. And then there's no belt. We can't find the belt. Where's the belt? So there's no one wearing the belt to remind you this title is what you want. I have it. I'm rich and this belt is amazing. And, doesn't someone want to win it? We haven't seen the belt in forever. And unfortunately, it may sound like it's an interesting story, kind of like, hey, what if he kept the belt in this briefcase and, finally, though, when somebody beats him and wins and everything, then, he'll take the belt will come out and somebody finally will see the belt again or whatever. And it sounds good kind of in a way, but then it's like, I would say, yeah, but then no one's going to see the belt. So it's like something that got approved on paper and people were like, yeah, that's a great idea. And then, they realized it wasn't later on. But it's too late now, man. It's too late now. Jericho does not know how to swing a baseball bat. Yeah, or he does. That's the problem is I think he does know how to swing it so that, nobody gets really hurt or things don't go flying into people's eyes or his own eyes or something. So he swung the bat like retarded, like how a girl would swing a bat. I know people are like, oh, girls can swing bats. Yeah, but a lot of them can't. And a lot of them swing a bat like Jericho just did. And so I'm going to say Jericho swings the bat like a girl. That was weird. I got to tell you. Very strange. Very strange way of swinging the bat. Monetize this 500, baby. It's on its way. It's happening soon. Remember, this Saturday on the Joe Cronin Show channel, we're back over there. And it's monetized this 500. Unbelievable.
1 week before WrestleMania, monetize this. Episode 500, April 12th, 2025. Witness history as the 500th episode destroys you.
It will destroy you this Saturday night. This Saturday night, it will destroy you. Monetize this 500. Over 13 years. 500 on the Joe Cronin Show. Monetize this 500. It will consume you. It will thrill you. It will destroy you.
All right, so Man, I'll tell you, that shit rocked the shit out of me too, man. My wife's all jacked up. She's got the craziness, man. My head now feels a little like stuffed up here a little bit, but other than that, I mean, you guys, I thought I got completely over it, and I've been pretty much over it. You know, but it was bad, bro. Like, but it was like a week and and you know, I didn't get, so far nothing else has happened to me. I mean, I do feel a little rough up here a little bit today, but I went out in the cold and everything. But my wife definitely has like bronchitis or something. She's all jacked up, so I was just trying to help her take care of the stuff. Since we don't have insurance and stuff, I knew of a way to get her some stuff. So figuring that out, man. Yeah, we're getting the build going. Hit that like button, baby. Click that like button. Appreciate it, brother. How you doing? How you doing? Get weird, bro. I appreciate it, and I love you. Did you know that I love you? Like, oh my God, bless your little heart. I would suck you off in a second, by the way, just so you know. Like, let's just be honest. Basement Luke versus Jail Dork. Yeah, that's something that could definitely happen. Chad, new character, is hilarious. So yeah, people have you guys noticed this? Like, a lot of people have been in here and everybody's kind of like talking a little bit more about, WWE than AEW. That's the other thing that I'm noticing, a lot of that. I know that like we've had a lot of anti-AEW recently, but you know what's weird is I remember a time when I was covering AEW and loving AEW, and then just tons of people, we were all behind AEW, and we were getting to be more pro AEW here. And some of the AEW streams were doing way better than the WWE streams. Like, it was crazy. And now it's like there's just a whimper of AEW people. Other people are just here to see what went wrong with it and didn't want to watch it. You know, that's crazy. Jennifer Muppet Baby's here. What's up, Big G? Mark Dickinson. What's up, crackers? The first whitest black AEW champ. That's pretty fucked up. That is so funny. I just had to pay $70 to get my wife a prescription, hopefully, to this medication she needs. So I don't know how it's going to go, but I mean, it's a weird telehealth site that I've never heard of, but I've kind of heard of, I think, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I know she needs this. I know she needs this medicine. So because she's had this twice before, she's had this, and actually no, 3 other times she's had this before, and it's always turns into bronchitis with her, and it's really bad. And all those times she ended up going to a doctor and getting a Z-Pack or something like that. But the last one time, like 7 years ago? I don't remember. I told you guys on the show because I think we left the show to go to the hospital because Leah was really having like breathing trouble and stuff, and it was real bad. And so like it was crazy. Yeah, it's just not that good right now. Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean that it's dead. It's done for sure, but it's slowly dying right now. It is for sure. And I think that in the end they could be all right, but right now it's ugly. We'll see. Let's see. AEW is in really, really a bad place right now. Yeah, it's not in a good place. It's not been good. This has not been good. I can't believe I just had to spend $70 on that. Thank God I had money like in my account a little bit. I mean, of course, I'm taking it out of the other things that I'm supposed to pay this Friday, but whatever. Did you see Taz's scrawny son Hook kicking Castagnoli's ass? Yeah, it was interesting. I've liked Hook, but they really cooled Hook off, man. They really just fucking cooled that guy off, like in so many different ways. He got going and they cooled him off. They've cooled a lot of people off, willingly or unwillingly. I don't know. It's puzzling some of the ways that people have been treated in the company and the way things have gone for a lot of people. I just think some of it's been so puzzling and so unnecessary and bizarre, and like they could have done more to fix it, and they didn't. And not having the belt, not seeing that belt every week, not having that belt at the forefront of everything is ridiculous. Like, that is one of the biggest issues. Like, I don't understand how we can't see this belt. It's like a huge part of the show, and to not have that belt there is, to me, wild. Like, I can't believe that. Hook should never started speaking. Yeah, his man, he is bad the way he speaks. I don't know if it's the creative they're giving him, but I mean, I know it's him too. He's just not a good speaker. He's way better when he doesn't speak and he's just silent and chewing the gum and staring at you. Like, that's what he should be doing. Like, he should not be cutting promos. Not yet, for sure. And then if he does, what they should be doing with Hook too is like having Hook study like boxers, like, Mike Tyson, and study guys like, Conor McGregor and Jake Paul and stuff like that, and be like, dude, you got to be someone like this. Or maybe not those guys because they can really speak, but I mean, like, maybe study some other UFC guys who would say, like, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to snap his arm, I'm going to snap his legs, I'm going to crack his head open, I'm going to hurt somebody, like a generic sort of style like that. And if he could have gone out and he could have said those things instead, I think that would have been much more helpful for him, and I think it would have helped him. And yeah, not being like a Conor McGregor or somebody like that, because those people have, like, I mean, they've got just they're too good. They're way too good. Here's a little bit of Luke. What did he say here?
I wanted to talk real quick about the negative reception I'm seeing a lot for Charlotte, especially coming out of that interview she did where she was crying, and then, the whole thing with Tiffany Stratton and how they removed parts of the promo because it got so awkward and personal. I've been seeing a lot of stuff calling, like, Charlotte a Nepo baby, saying that what does she expect? She's been a wrestler for years and she doesn't understand how fans work. And I think it's a little unfair to go after her so hard for basically being upset that the fans hate her. Especially when it's like, it's not like they don't like her because she's a heel. They just, like, actually hate everything she does, and insult her a lot. And it's funny to me because I don't usually go, oh, yeah, they're bullying her, because I don't really think that. I just think a lot of it is unwarranted criticism that, to me, doesn't make sense why it's not going around to all the other women who I think are worse than Charlotte. Like Rhea Ripley, not as good in the ring as Charlotte, and cuts terrible promos, like just really, really awful promos, and is involved in a terrible storyline. Liv Morgan, is sloppy in the ring and sometimes can cut decent promos, but most of the times they're all the same. They're blah and they're annoying. She's fine, I guess, but, I wouldn't say that I'd rather watch her in the ring than Charlotte, Bianca Belair, she just says some of the most cringy things ever, just the worst pieces of dialogue you can give somebody. And I don't see people calling her a robot like they call Charlotte. And, Io Sky can't even fucking cut a promo and, is arguably not as good of a wrestler as Charlotte. I think she's not as good because I think she's a little sloppy compared to Charlotte, who I think is overall just better and more, like, I don't know, more seasoned or had better matches in the ring or just a better track record. So maybe it was the overexposure of her in the late 2010s, but you also have to remember who else really was there for Charlotte to not have the championship, for Charlotte to not be running it, basically. Because you either had Sasha, who was unreliable, we know that, she was flaky as fuck. You had Becky, who arguably won the title too many times herself, and was a lot of people were complaining about her doing the same thing, being oversaturated. Bayley's overrated. She's not very good on the mic, and she's not the best in the ring. Maybe she was back in 2016, 2015, but not now. Besides really those three, I mean, you had Alexa Bliss, who was on top for from late 2016 to midway through 2018, and then once she lost the belt to Ronda, she never won it back, and she took a huge step back in terms of the main event scene, but she also took a step back from wrestling as much in general. I think the reason why Charlotte got pushed so many times, yes, definitely had something to do with her father rather, but also had to do with the fact that she was just probably one of the more reliable ones. She could always put on a great match. She's not bumbling in the ring like Nia. She's not cutting, you can't even comprehend what she's saying, promos like, Io Sky, or Bianca Belair. And, I'm not saying Charlotte Flair is the best fucking wrestler of all time. I just think that currently on the WWE roster, there's no one that I think is leaps and bounds better than Charlotte in terms of wrestling, because I think she's just so good, and a lot of the other women haven't really had the chance to showcase that they're as good as her. Now, I could be proven wrong. Maybe Charlotte's not even in the top 5. But, I mean, I'm just looking at her track record alone. And then also the fact that so many people are going after her for more than things than just, her character is boring and blah, and she's stuffed down her throats and blah, blah, blah. A lot of it has to do with the way she looks. I see people constantly bring up her looks, and, everybody was mocking her for saying the thing about Kaiser, and I guess it's funny, but it's these same wrestling people, these same people that I see say this type of stuff about Charlotte. I also see virtue signal about the WWE being sexist in the past, or the WWE, bra and panties matches are so womanizing and blah blah blah, and they white knight and they virtue signal for fucking, the Janelle Grant stuff, and they gotta be Vince is a shameful person. But then they'll go and actively participate in tearing down somebody they don't like for their looks, because, it's Charlotte, she's a Nepo baby, so she looks like an ugly fucking piece of shit. So, I think people are a little bit just too harsh on her. And I do kind of feel bad for her in a sense that, the stuff we found out about Andrade having a kid years before, 2 years before they got married, and then also the fact that, she just seems to, she really does seem to want to get accepted by the crowd, and she just can't. And, and I understand, she knew what she was signing up for, and I get that, but there's also, a sort of human part of me that just doesn't like seeing people who are getting kicked while they're down, and it feels like Charlotte is already feeling down from this whole from the fans not liking her, and I think it's adding insult to injury to be what a big baby, fucking stupid Nepo baby bitch, get over it, your dad didn't hand everything to you. And it's to me it's just so disrespectful, because I know that all these people are going to be, when Charlotte retires or something happens to her, God forbid, they're going to be the ones who are calling her the queen and sucking up to her. It's the same thing with Chris Jericho. It's the same thing with Ric Flair even, where, people just shit on this person, on these wrestlers, and they shit on them and they shit on them until something happens, until they retire or die, and then everybody feels bad and then goes, we didn't appreciate what we had. And that's what I kind of feel with the whole Charlotte thing. I mean, you also have to remember that her opponent is Tiffany Stratton, right? And Tiffany, I'm not so much liking Tiffany. I like the fact that she's the champion and not Nia. I like Tiffany Stratton in the ring. I haven't really enjoyed what they've done with her character or her promos recently, because they're all very cookie cutter, Tiffy time this, Tiffy time that. They don't feel like they fit her character, because she's her babyface role doesn't fit her character at all. She's supposed to be the babyface, but is cutting really heelish and egotistical promos. I just don't buy her in this current role that she's in, and it's left me to be kind of ambivalent to the whole title match in general, because, and a lot of people too, a lot of people don't like Charlotte, and a lot of people really aren't vibing very well with Tiffany's new character. So you're basically having two going together. Like, we're getting these two, So I do think a little bit of the drama that...
I'm into it now, though, man. Now I want to see them fight. Now, because of the drama, I want to see them wrestle. Because who knows what will happen.
That was brought into it, with this controversy of the promo and the 3 marriages thing and, the Kaiser's in my DMs. I do think that has brought in a layer of interest into the match that I just didn't have. And especially compared to the triple threat match on Raw, which is just one of the worst storylines ever. I'm exaggerating a little bit, just a little, but yeah. So that's my thoughts.
There you go. That's what Luke had to say about that.
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years. Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
GWT.
Well, there you go. We tested the donations. The donations are working. So I don't know what people were saying, but it is what it is this summer. One man, one desire. Boom, boom, ba-da. Oh, my laundry's done. I can hear it beeping. What up, Kurtman? Charlotte might shoot on Tiffany just like she did on Nia Jax. Yeah, that was wild. They were kind of like, shooting on each other, though. Tiffany's the typical high school cheerleader that's dating the quarterback. Well, I mean, she looks like that for sure. I hope Charlotte loses now just so Luke cries. Jesus. You would really want Luke to cry? You want Luke Rojas to cry? Like, how fucking crazy are you? You want poor old little Luke Rojas to cry. I mean, that's sick. That's sick, bro. It feels way later than it is. Like, it feels like today, it's like, the rest of this week here in Massachusetts is going to be kind of cool, but it's then going to get warm, like, the next week. So that's the good news. A little bit of warmth. The next week. The Young Bucks. So I want to admit something to you guys. I totally missed the opening of Dynamite tonight, and maybe that hurt a lot of things. I don't know. But I missed the brand spanking opening of the show. So really quickly, I just want to see if I can get the Young Bucks promo, because I would be I'd like to go over the promo kind of really quickly and hear what everybody said, because I really haven't gotten any kind of like amazing explanation out of this whole thing. So I'd like to know, what have I missed? What's going on? I want to say rest in peace to Kevin Castle again. I know we talked about him last night, but man, I've been trying not to almost think about it in a way. I wrote about it on Twitter and talked to some friends and people close to everybody, and it's just crazy, man. It's a very sad thing. And that is probably one of the closer people that, I've ever, had to deal with. I gotta figure out how to pay for this thing. Fuck. I have to get Leah's prescription tonight, because I think she's gonna get worse and end up in like the ER if she doesn't get something tonight. So I've been distracted tonight while talking to you guys, because I've been trying to book her medication, because I'm like, yeah, she needs. I think she needs to get antibiotics like right now. I think if we were to delay another 12 hours with no antibiotics, I think she could end up in the hospital. So I don't want that to happen. Of course, we have no insurance, and I, had a job for what, 3-4 years and years, and now everybody's things are happening. Let's see. Okay. So here we go. Okay. One a day. It's really dry downstairs. Yeah, I gotta call the place soon. All right, so we got about 15, 30 minutes. Yeah, it cost me $50 to get the doctor people to give her the referral and give her the medication over the computer. But then you got to go there and pay for the medication, so I don't know what the medication's going to be. I don't know what the cost of it is. I know what I got her, and it's there. Let's see. Let's see what they think it costs. Let's see what it cost. About $30. Okay. Looks like it's going to be another $30 on top. My wife can get really bad if she gets a bronchitis infection, and a couple of times she's been in the hospital for it. And that's usually once she's ignored it long enough, and you know what I mean? It says it's not a ton. It's like $30-$40 average. So okay, we'll be all right. That's that sucks, but it's not $300 or something, So $30 plus that. Okay. I think that I could apply for, we have Mass Health in Massachusetts, so I probably would be covered under some kind of emergency Mass Health plan, to be honest. So if something did happen, I would get signed up under the emergency Mass Health plan. So, but I'm going to have to drive to the pharmacy. The pharmacy that I had to get it at, because there's a bunch of pharmacies around me, next to me, but none of them are 24 hours. So the one I had to go to is the one that's a little bit further away. So it's not too far away, but it's a little bit Actually, to be honest, where we used to live, when I used to live in Quincy in Mass, or near Boston, there was a CVS pharmacy that we had to go to. And it was it wasn't far away, but it was right across the street from the first ever Dunkin' Donuts. So it was literally right next door to the first ever Dunkin' Donuts. But, it took 8 minutes to drive there. And, this one that's 24 hours next to us now is probably about 10 minutes to drive to. So it's really about the same thing. But on the way there, there's 3 other CVS's. So you're I could just they're right there, but they're not 24 hours, So that's not bad. Yeah, I can just use the Good RX, Dan. Yeah, so I can just use the RX. Dude, even when you don't have the Good RX, I don't know if you know this, but it's whenever I go to the CVS, the pharmacy, they have it anyway. They're oh, you don't have any insurance and stuff? Okay, and then they're do you have a card? I'm no, and they're hold on a second, and they go and they grab one and they just scan their own. They're oh, it's $50. Oh, but let me grab you one of the RX cards, and they scan it, and then it's oh, it's $20, I don't know. So usually they do that. I just go in and I go, how much is it going to be? And I don't have insurance. and they just like immediately start like using all the you know, whatever. So I'm assuming we'll be all right, you know, with that. But Leah, my wife, does not sound good. She sounds real bad. You know, I did not know that that's what happened. Dreamers Lane. I don't know what the medication was for. Yeah. I don't know what his medication was for. I think I thought he had a liver thing going on, but I'm not sure. So I don't know everything about what happened, but yeah, you got to take it. Well, that's why Leah was like, oh, whatever, I'll just take care of it tomorrow. And I was like, wait a minute. Because I've seen, my wife did that one other time. My wife was like, oh, whatever, I'll do it later. Well, then we ended up in the hospital, you know, with her breathing problems. So I'm like, no. What? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, we're not waiting until in the morning. I'm not waiting until the morning. What, you know? So I found this telehealth thing, and they literally provide it for you. She's like, no, they don't do those without in person. And I'm like, I think they do. And so I found a thing to do it. So 24-hour telehealth, and then I found 20, and I didn't even see a doctor. I just typed in her shit. I just said, this is my symptoms. This is what's going on. I think I need a Z-Pack. And they literally just did it instantly. The fucking site didn't even want to see her. Nothing. No phone call, nothing. Just, okay. You know? So, and then there's a 24-hour CVS not far. So I'm just going to go get it for her. I'm going to wake her up, and I'm going to make her take it tonight. Because it's bad. And she gets bad, and she has asthma. So, you know, I'm like, you got to take this now. You know? Z-Pack, baby. Z-Pack always works. That's what it is. It's a Z-Pack. But, oh yeah, Jennifer, you'd be fucked if you're in America. I mean, you might have to wait a little bit longer out in Canada, and sometimes Canada can be a bit inconvenient and a problem, but, you know, if you can always try to drive further away and find something, you know, even if you have to go, you know, somewhere else in Canada, and at least you don't have, you know, those bills that you'd have in America. You have to finagle the wait times for sure, and you have to really advocate for yourself to get seen earlier, or you know, you almost have to like embellish to get seen quicker sometimes in Canada, but you know, at least you don't have the bills that stack up in America. It's crazy. But also I'm in Massachusetts. So in Massachusetts we do have Mass Health, so I mean that does cover a lot of shit, so but even that doesn't cover everything the right way. So, you know, like if I'm on Mass Health, emergency Mass Health, and I have to go in for emergency surgery or something on something happens, and the whole thing is like $80,000. It's like I'm still gonna owe $15,000-$20,000. You know, like they're gonna cover like $60,000, but I'm gonna still owe $15,000-$20,000. That's crazy. She doesn't have an asthma machine. No, she doesn't. She has well, we do have a nebulizer because my son has asthma as well. One of my kids has asthma, so we do have the albuterol. I have boxes of albuterol ready to go. So that if she did have if she had like breathing problems tonight, I could hit her with the albuterol, you know, tonight. So yeah, we have too many illegal immigrants going to the emergency rooms and stuff like that, so it overwhelms everything. We're not structuralized for that. You know what I mean? It used to be 25,000 people coming in at once, and then it was 200,000 people coming in at once. And they broke the record the last year of Biden. The last couple of months of Biden, 2 million people. We just can't handle that infrastructure. When people used to come to America, immigrants back in the day, they didn't come by the millions within a couple of weeks. Like I don't believe that happened. Maybe I'm wrong, but with our population now, we're not designed for like millions of people to come in all the time. Like, that's crazy. Like, it was millions. That's crazy. But yeah. Yeah, that's exactly, it's a lifesaver, but that's exactly why I did this for her tonight. Because I just don't want my wife to sleep all night. With this going on, I want her to get she told me she knows what she needs and what she has and what she wants. So she's like, no, I need a Z-Pack. I know what it is. I'm like, okay. Everything went wrong, and I was in the hospital for 49 days. That was just my first surgery when I was 18. Oh, my God, Jennifer, that's crazy. Oh, my God. Crohn's disease, and they took your entire large intestine. That's crazy. Is that because... why did they do that? Is that because they thought if they took the intestine, then you'd have more normal, like stomach bowel issues or whatever? They were like, if we take the large intestine out, then you won't experience all the discomfort as much. You'll have a more normal life if they take it. Or was there something wrong? Was it like infected or something? Or what's the reason for that? I think it's the first thing I said, but I'm not sure. When I left, I had to pay, was for the days I had personal TV and cable. That was not the hospital, but some cable company. Wow. That's crazy. That's weird. What the hell is that noise? Oh, There's an alarm clock in my kitchen upstairs. My daughter opened up an alarm clock today and was playing with it. And I just heard the beeping, and I was like, now what the hell is going on? Is there like a fire or a smoke detector? What the hell is that? There's some beeping going on. It's the goddamn alarm. She said it. That's funny. Yeah, so that's why I was like, I want to get this for you now, and I'm going to drive to the pharmacy to get it for her. So, because I'm like, you got to get this fixed. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately tonight the show got a little weird because at the beginning I was trying to sort that all out for her at the same time I was streaming, and people were saying the donations weren't working or whatever, but I guess they are working, but there just wasn't any donations. So I thought there was something wrong with the donations, so I was trying to figure that out, and I'm like doing this all while I'm doing a show by myself, and we're on the backup channel. But tomorrow night, I will be doing a live stream from the Joe Cronin show, I believe. I'm not 100%. I think so. I believe I'll be able to. Everything is back. I got everything fixed. So I think I will be doing a stream tomorrow night as long as I'm able to, with everything going on in my world and my life. And I mean, I hope Leah's okay because, man, we need fucking Leah to recover. We need Leah to take that fucking Z-Pack and get back to normal like tomorrow or the next day because she's got to be on Monetize This. She's not going to be able to be on Monetize This if she's fucked up. And then the other thing is, normally she likes to have a glass of wine. I don't know if it's, how much wine you can drink on a Z-Pack. How long? Z-Pack, the infection take up to a week to clear. So there you go. So she might make Monetize This. I don't know. She'll have all tomorrow, Thursday, all of Friday, and then most of Saturday, and then Saturday night, it's Monetize This. So that kind of sucks because I know that Leah, my wife planned on coming down here and jumping on a microphone and maybe being on camera and shit and, having some wine and everything. But I don't know, man, if... I don't know how long you take a Z-Pack. Yeah, there's 5 days of the Z-Pack, so... Yeah, you can't take it. And yeah, you're not supposed to drink on it either, so yeah, that's going to fuck up my wife's party capabilities, so for sure she won't be partying. So yeah, I'm gonna have to tell her that. Fuck, it's out the window. It sucks. That sucks. That kind of blows. That's disappointing. But because she was gonna come on and have some drinks and monetize this 500, and I don't know, bro. So she's fucked. She's not gonna be able to do that. I'll monetize this. She probably won't come down here then either, because she won't be inebriated. You know. So that's the first bummer, I guess, right there. That really sucks. That fucking blows, man. We planned this for a while and was hoping forward to having a good time with that, but hump the sickness out of her. I will, and I would, but I don't think she'll like it. She's got to be in like this perfect zone to, whatever. I swear to God, this happened to her a while ago, like 3 years ago, and she had to take a Z-Pack. And I swear to God, she actually said, "Oh yeah, you're not supposed to drink on it, but fuck it." And she drank. I'm not 100%, but I swear to God, I remember that she was on some antibiotic and you're not really supposed to drink on it. And she's like, I looked it up. It's not that crazy. And I was like, what? I was like, don't do that. I'm pretty sure that happened a couple of years ago. But yeah, I'm going to tell her, like, no, you can't do that. You can't. Because I think it's 6 pills, right? I think it's twice a day, isn't it? So 2, 4, 6. No. Oh, no, that'd be 3 days. But am I wrong? I don't know how much it is. There's no direct interaction between it and alcohol. Consuming alcohol while taking it can potentially worsen side effects. Upset stomach, nausea, diarrhea. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, she just shouldn't be drinking and smoking because, you need your help fighting off the infection. Wait at least 72 hours. Yeah. So you're even supposed to wait after you're done it, because it can hinder the whole effect of it, and then you screwed up your whole treatment. It can't be that bad. Yeah, I know. That's some crazy shit. Famous last words, though, And suddenly you're all jacked up and shit. Well, yeah. Yeah, it's been a really bad, it's just, I hate coming on here and saying it's bad all the time. I just don't know what else to say. Like, Kevin Castle just died. That sucks. My wife is really, really sick. Now she, can't party on Monetize This. We had the whole issue with the channel this whole week. It's kind of hard to, it's been rough. We had a really good Monetize This on Saturday. $4.99 was really good. We had some crazy shit go down. It's too bad that I got fucked over with things offline. She's strong. I believe in her. Yeah, she is kind of crazy. She's got the old school Irish Neanderthal stuff. But yeah, man, I guess I better get out of here. It's, I'm going to go get that medication, I guess. And that was it. Catch you guys tomorrow.